Good morning, girls. In today's lecture, we are going to cover decision making in PLSQL. As you know that in all other programming languages, decision making with if condition is possible. Same way here in PLSQL, we can do the decision. We can take the decision with the help of if condition, right? Decision making structures require that the programmer specify one or more condition to be evaluated or tested by the program. That we can do with the help of if condition, along with a statement or statement to be executed if the condition is determined to be true. Whatever condition you are giving inside the bracket, right, if it execute in a proper way, means determined to be true, and optionally other statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be false. There are two blocks available with the if condition. First one is if your condition determined to be true, then the first block executes, and in case it returns, the condition returns false, then in that case the second block available in if condition will be executed. Following is the general form of a typical conditional structure found in most of the programming languages. Observe this figure. Here you can see our pointer is moving to the condition, then through the if, with the help of if, it will decide whether your given condition is true or it is false. If your condition is true, then move in this direction where conditional code is given, right? And if it is false, then skip this portion and directly move to the next statement. PLSQL programming language provides following type of decision making statements. Here you can see first is if then statement. The if statement associates a condition with a sequence of statement enclosed by the keyword then and end if. Here we will use two keywords for mentioning the if condition. If statement, then we will use then keyword, and to enclose to complete this if condition we will write and if. If the condition is true, the statement get executed, and if your condition is false, in that case you will not get anything, right? If your condition is false or null, then if statement does nothing. The second decision control available in PLSQL is if then else statement. If statement adds the keyword else followed by an alternative sequence of coding or statement, if the condition is false or null, then only the alternative sequence of statements or alternative portion of code get executed. It ensures that either of the sequence of statement is executed. Either the statement given with if block, in that condition, if your condition is false, then in that condition the second statement block which is available with else keyword will be executed. The third type of decision making available in PLSQL is if then else if statement. It allows you to choose between several alternative of conditions. Here else if will provide you a facility to insert more than one condition in your if then else if statement decision making structure, right? You can apply a several alternative for your choice. The fourth type is case statement. It is like the if statement. The case statement selects one sequence of statements to execute. It depends on the condition. What condition you are giving, it depends on that condition, and choose any one sequence of statement to execute. However, to select the sequence, the case statement uses a selector rather than multiple Boolean expression. A selector is an expression. A selector is an expression whose value is used to select one of several alternatives. Okay, as same as if then else if. You can here apply more than one alternatives. Okay. Fifth one is nested if then else. You can use one if then or if then else statement inside another if then. That is called nesting of if then else. I repeat, you can use one if then, or even you can insert one more if then else inside if then, right? Depends what is your coding requirement. Okay, let us try to understand how the decision making structure in PLSQL works with the help of example. Here I have given one example. You can see on the screen. Write a PLSQL block to find the entered number is smaller or larger than 50. Right? Here we want to find whether the entered number is smaller than 50 or larger than 50. So let us try to understand through the coding. Declare, as usual, we will write declare for the declaration of variables, right? Under this heading we will declare our variables required for this code. As you can see here, I want only one variable with name no. I have declared it, and the data type of this variable is number. Then under the label begin, we will do our coding. Here we want to read a one number from keyboard. That we can do with the help of ampersand sign. Here it is. Number is equals to ampersand number. As I told you in the previous session, if your variable is belong to any number category, then no need to enclose that variable inside single quotation mark. And if your variable falls in any of the character category, then you must enclose the name of variable in single quotation mark like this, right? But here you can see that our variable falls in numeric value, right? So no need to enclose it. Now let us check the variable, the number which is entered through the keyboard. Here we will apply the condition as a condition, right? Here you can see if number is less than 50. As you know that which relational operators we can use in PLSQL, we have already studied in previous sessions, right? Here we will use relational operator for our condition. Our condition is number is less than 50, then print that our number is smaller than 50. Okay, here else portion is not compulsory. You can write like this. For ending the control structure, you can write and if. Okay, and then end of our begin section and slash. Let us execute this code. For that we need to open SQL Plus window. which attribute we have to set on for our output? Yes, set server output on. Okay, now write your code over here. Enter the value for number. Here I am entering 34. As you can see, it will show you the older value, then new value you can see, and the output is smaller, right? Switch back to our document. As I told you that here no need to give an else portion every time. Fine. So here it is the same example, but here I want to apply a else portion. Okay, else I want to print our number is bigger than 50. Let me execute this program. Switch back to SQL Plus window. Number is our variable. Then begin section. Now want to read value for this variable, right? For that we have to use assignment operator, ampersand number, then if condition begins if number is less than 50. In that case, see here, then is a keyword. In that case we want to print number is smaller than 50. Okay, else I want to print that the entered number is greater than 50. Fine. Now end of if condition, that we can mention with the keywords and if. Keep the single space between and if keywords, right? End of begin section and / for execution of anonymous block. Here enter the value 57. I am entering. Number is greater than 50. Okay, now copy the same code, execute it one more time. Now I am giving 23. Okay, here we have not given a condition. If we enter a number 50, then what will happen? That you can manage with the help of else if condition. As you can see, number is greater than 50, it is showing, right? But this situation we can handle with applying one more condition in the same if block, right? One more example. Write a PL SQL block to find that the entered number is even or odd. Right now we want to find whether the entered number is even or odd. So here again our declaration section will remain same. We will read one number from the keyboard, then we will check for the remainder of a given number. We will divide the number by 2. Here we have to use a modulus operator, right? Then we will check if we divide this number by 2, then what is the remainder? If remainder is equals to 0, then our number is even, and if remainder is 1, then number is odd, right? If this condition get true, if this condition will return true, at that time the first block, this will be executed. And in case if condition is false, if this condition will return false, in that case, in that situation, or else block will be executed. Okay, let us try this code. But before we try this code, let us try to understand this code, this line only, the condition which is given with if, that we will execute. Mod number comma 2, then equals to 0, right? Equals to 0. Here suppose I am entering a number 22. Okay, so no, the variable, this variable will be replaced by 22. 22 comma 2, 22 will be divided by 2, right? That will return us 0. Here we have used mod. Mod means the remainder. 22 divided by 2, એનું આપણે મોડ ફાઇન્ડ કરીએ છીએ. મોડ means remainder, એટલે કે શેષ. That will return us 0. Okay, for checking purpose, here we can use equals to operator. This symbol is used for comparison, right? In other programming languages, single equals to means assignment operator, but in PLSQL the single equals to means we are comparing two values. We are not assigning, but we are comparing these two values. What will be the result of this equation? That will be compared with 0, right? For assignment operator in PLSQL we use colon and equals to. Here you can see, I repeat, single equals to is used for comparison of two values in PLSQL, and for assignment we can use colon and equals to symbol. Let us begin. Here first of all, declare is a heading given for declaring a variable. Number, the data type of this variable is number. Then begin, then read a number from the keyboard using line number 4. This is same as previous program, right? In the 5th line, with the help of if condition, we will check for the remainder that we will get back from this equation, right? Here I have given an example. If we enter a 22, then 22 will be divided by 2, that will return 0. 0 is equals to 0. Condition is true. This condition will return true. In that case we will get the output even, right? Let us check. Here it is. Now execute the same code. This time I am giving 35. Now this condition, mod number comma 2, Divide 35 by 2, that will return us 1 because we have used modulus operator over here, right? So after execution of this equation, we will get 1 as a result. 1 is equals to 0? No. In that case, this condition will return us false, right? And because this condition is returning false, in that case, this block of code will not be executed. Instead of that, the control will go in else portion. Here we have printed odd number, end of if condition, end of our begin block, and we got the result. So it is very easy, as you have already learned this if condition in other programming language. Most important point that you have to keep in your mind is the symbol only, right? This is important for us. One more example that you have to do yourself here. What is the definition? Let us see. Write a PLSQL block to input two numbers. Here you have to enter two numbers instead of single one with the help of keyboard, and then you have to compare that two numbers for finding maximum and minimum from them, right? I repeat, you have to enter two numbers from the keyboard, and you have to find maximum, and which one is maximum, which one is minimum. Here you can replace maximum and minimum with smaller and greater terms, right? So hope you can do this example by yourself from getting the ideas from above two examples, 20 and 21, right? Now example which is relevant to our tables, how we can use if condition to find some data from our tables. Let us see. Here the definition is write a PLSQL block that accepts job title from the user. Now this time we are going to read a job title from the keyboard. If the employee's job title match with the job entered by user, then increase the existing salary with 500, else print an appropriate message, right? For example, if I enter a salesman, then if any of the record match with that title, then we want to increase the value, we want to increase the salary, existing salary, with 500, right? Else we want to print an appropriate message. So first of all, we will begin with the declaration section. So let us begin. Here we will take declaration section, right? Here we are going to use percent type, as we have already learned about percent type and percent row type in our previous sessions, right? So here we need to declare three variables. The first variable is e_job, which will be equals to the data type of job field of employee table. For that we will write emp.job percent type, right? One more variable is required with the name job_t. I have declared whose data type I want, which is same as the job field of emp table. For that I will write emp.job percent type. The third one is e_no employee number. The data type of this variable is equals to the field of employee table, employee number field of employee table. Okay, so these three variables are declared. Now begin section. We will read two values. First one is job title that we want to update, and employee number. Again, we want to update this particular record, right? Now select job into eJob from EMP, where employee number equals to E number. As we have already learned about this thing, we need one corresponding variable for a job. The corresponding variable name is E underscore job, right? So whatever you get in this variable, that will be moved to the local variable of this anonymous block, right? We want to fetch a data about the entered employee number. So here my condition is employee number equals to E underscore NO. Now what we want to do here, our condition is if the entered number match with the job title, then increase the existing salary with 500, else print an appropriate message. So our condition is E underscore job equals to whatever job entered by the keyboard, if that title match with the job title which we fetch through this condition, right? If both match, in that case we want to increase existing salary by 500 for a particular employee number. So here we will add where clause, employee number equals to ENO. This ENO was entered by us through the keyboard, right? Now what happened if this condition returns false? In that case, this block will not be executed. Instead of that, our control will come on else portion, and here we want to print an appropriate message. Our message is record not updated. Okay, so let us begin. First of all, we will declare variables, right? But before updation, let us check the salary of a particular employee number. Here I have already given this 3 numbers inside the bracket. As you can observe, we will check for this particular persons, right? You can take any of the record which is available in your table. 7900, whose job title is clerk. So for that, select star, not star, but let us specify the name of columns, EMPNO, name and job, right? So we'll come to know that the salary of a particular person is increased by 500. Here the table is in front of us. Okay, we are going to increase the salary of this person. We want to display salary as well, so from EMP, let me execute the same query one more time. As you can see, 7900, his salary is 950. Okay, this person is a clerk. Now let us execute this code. Here we want to enter a value for job, that is clerk. Okay, we do not have to enclose this term in single quotation mark. At the time of coding, you have to just enclose the name of variable in a single quotation mark. As I explained you, whenever you deal with any character field, you must enclose that field in a single quotation mark at the time of reading, right? But when your prompt asks for a value, don't enclose that term in a single quotation mark. Okay, as you can see over here, clerk is not enclosed in a single quotation mark, right? Press enter. Now enter value for employee number 7900. Okay, here you can see the PL SQL procedure successfully completed. But whether salary is increased or not, how we come to know that? So here we have already observed that the existing salary for this particular person was 950. Okay, let us execute the same query one more time, and again we will observe the salary of this particular person. As you can see, 950 plus 500, which is equals to 1450. Okay, one more time let us try to understand this same code. Here we need three variables, namely eJob, job title, and employee number. Begin section with the label begin started. We want to read two values from the keyboard. Number one is job title and second is employee number. We want to check for the job title for this particular person if the title match with the value entered through the keyboard. In that case we want to increase a salary, right? Otherwise we want to print an appropriate message. Now whatever the job title we will we will get back, that we have to store in one variable, right? Here the job title will come in job, and that we will transfer inside the corresponding variable, here eJob. Okay, then with the help of if condition we will match this title with the job title which is entered through the keyboard in job T variable. If both match, if the value of both the variable matches, in that case we want to update the existing salary by 500, right, for that particular employee. So here I will write an update query, update emp set salary equals to salary plus 500, where employee number equals to e underscore number. What if this condition do not return true? In that case our control will move on line number 19 in a else portion. Here we have printed that record not updated. Okay, so let us try to execute the same code one more time, but this time we will enter a mismatch value. Job title is manager and we are giving same number 79000, right? This person is not working as a manager, he is a clerk, right? So the condition will return false. As you can see, the result is not updated. Okay, here the job title do not match with the job title which is actually this person belong to. Both are mismatched, so we got the result not updated. Okay, switch back to our document. Here in the example number 24 we have used if condition, right? One more example is taken, not only one but some more examples are there, so that we will discuss in our next session. Till then, take care and thank you.